Sleep as a cover. We are used to thinking of sleep as a mystery, but what if things are a bit different? If sleep leaves you feeling shattered instead of restored? If there's a vague sense of anxiety that lingers and it brings back long forgotten memories, it's worth asking, whose work is this? Sometimes you sleep for 10 hours and wake up feeling broken, as if sleep is not a recovery of strength but a second shift at work. Or even worse, you wake up with such a headache that you can't even turn your head. There are times when you dream of something, and you walk around all morning wondering what the dream was about. It's as if there's a vague feeling inside, either of warmth or a mixed sense of fear, and these echoes of past years which you seem to have forgotten resurface again. Today we will talk about dreams. Sleep, as traditionally said, takes up almost a third of our lives, if not more, but still remains such an unexplored territory for us. The first thing you encounter when trying to figure out what it all means as a child is a dream book. Dream books are a collection of all sorts of things about what is seen in dreams, and usually confuse you even more without providing any answers. I consider them complete nonsense and won't dwell on them much. Often, we don't pay attention to dreams because they are insignificant, unmemorable, or non-existent. But there are dreams with emotions. Emotions are usually an indicator that there might be an entity involved. That very energy information program that wants to either take your energy or send you another contract, or even secure your agreement to a certain future. Sometimes you wake up after such dreams and wonder what it was about. What did the dream want to tell me? Or maybe it was higher powers trying to convey something to me. Dreams didn't occupy my mind much for a long time until more and more questions or materials popped up here and there, and also some mention of post-vaccination dreams in an article, and the guys at the Sunny Club asked for a detailed discussion. It's hard to talk calmly about dreams when you realize that most of what happens in them, especially if you argue, run, chase, have emotions or similar bustling moments, all these conditions are created by various programs in a borderline state of consciousness. These conditions are an additional opportunity for them to push your will and set the vector of your reality towards their programs. To get your consent again for certain scenarios, to sign contracts. This can often manifest especially when you think about something in a different light. There's some realization, some work of your mind, for example, disconnecting from an egregore, detaching from an old entity, and this often happens when you break free from dependencies, obligations, when you set your boundaries, when you try to start living better, follow your path towards your goals. Such conditions in dreams help to return you to the familiar order of things. After all, for years, literally, they have been siphoning energy from you, taking it through dependencies or routine, and suddenly you start thinking that maybe everything is not like that. An interesting situation, you begin to realize, and then dreams with emotions, impositions, fear, prediction can come into play, and even people you've long forgotten can appear out of nowhere. When this happens in your head, especially if it combines with feeling shattered after sleep, a strange feeling that something is wrong, as if you were in some maze, it's time to remember about the connections of various trash programs and cancel them immediately after sleep. And even if they imposed certain choices on you, or certain emotions, or certain life scenarios, or certain memories woke up, it's time to think that this is not your choice. You did not consent to anyone penetrating your reality and taking control of it, but some moments can be useful for analysis. Water in a dream, especially if your attention is drawn to it, indicates the work of dark forces. This is their element. The space where you live, what is it like? This is your energy information field, in which you can track its state, whether a caravan of entities from various practices and other things has passed there. Pay attention to any bright programs that try to outline the future. This is a clear contract, how they would like to change your reality. There are many such details later on. I think we will definitely analyze them in more detail. Separately, of course, it's worth saying this. The less you are interested in dreams, the better your work on your own reality. It means your personal boundaries help you not to let in the imposed programs of society or your past, with which you have already seemingly put all the dots over the i's. However, this does not mean that by disconnecting all these connections you can sleep peacefully. Do not forget about the times we live in, and that literally at every step they try to impose behavior, fear, certain frameworks and choices, consents, contracts, and in general, to nullify all our work on ourselves. Therefore, even if you woke up feeling shattered, or with a strange sense of vague understanding of what it was, wash off all this nonsense. Cancel these programs and remember who the author of your reality is. What we have heard so far is sleep as a cover. We are used to thinking of sleep as a mystery, but what if things are a bit different? If sleep leaves you feeling shattered instead of restored, if there's a vague sense of anxiety that lingers, and it brings back long, forgotten memories, it's worth asking, whose work is this? The experience of troubled sleep. Sometimes you sleep for 10 hours and wake up feeling broken, as if sleep is not a recovery of strength, but a second shift at work. Or even worse, you wake up with such a headache that you can't even turn your head. There are times when you dream of something, and you walk around all morning wondering what the dream was about. It's as if there's a vague feeling inside, either of warmth or a mixed sense of fear, and these echoes of past years, which you seem to have forgotten, resurface again. The mystery of dreams. Today we will talk about dreams. Sleep, as traditionally said, takes up almost a third of our lives, if not more, but still remains such an unexplored territory for us. The first thing you encounter when trying to figure out what it all means as a child is a dream book. Dream books are a collection of all sorts of things about what is seen in dreams and usually confuse you even more without providing any answers. I consider them complete nonsense and won't dwell on them much. Emotions in dreams. Often we don't pay attention to dreams because they are insignificant, unmemorable, or non-existent. But there are dreams with emotions. Emotions are usually an indicator that there might be an entity involved. That very energy information program that wants to either take your energy or send you another contract, or even secure your agreement to a certain future. Sometimes you wake up after such dreams and wonder what it was about. What did the dream want to tell me? Or maybe it was higher powers trying to convey something to me. Growing interest in dreams. Dreams didn't occupy my mind much for a long time until more and more questions or materials popped up here and there, and also some mention of post-vaccination dreams in an article. And the guys at the Sunny Club asked for a detailed discussion. Understanding dream conditions. It's hard to talk calmly about dreams when you realize that most of what happens in them, especially if you argue, run, chase, have emotions or similar bustling moments. All these conditions are created by various programs in a borderline state of consciousness. These conditions are an additional opportunity for them to push your will and set the vector of your reality towards their programs. To get your consent again for certain scenarios, to sign contracts, moments of realization. This can often manifest especially when you think about something in a different light. There's some realization, some work of your mind, for example, disconnecting from an egregore, detaching from an old entity. And this often happens when you break free from dependencies, obligations, when you set your boundaries, when you try to start living better, follow your path towards your goals. Such conditions in dreams help to return you to the familiar order of things, the impact of dream emotions. After all, for years, literally, they have been siphoning energy from you, taking it through dependencies or routine, and suddenly you start thinking that maybe everything is not like that. An interesting situation you begin to realize. And then dreams with emotions, impositions, fear, prediction can come into play. And even people you've long forgotten can appear out of nowhere, canceling negative programs. When this happens in your head, especially if it combines with feeling shattered after sleep, a strange feeling that something is wrong, as if you were in some maze, it's time to remember about the connections of various trash programs and cancel them immediately after sleep. And even if they imposed certain choices on you, or certain emotions, or certain life scenarios, or certain memories woke up, it's time to think that this is not your choice. You did not consent to anyone penetrating your reality and taking control of it, analyzing dream elements. But some moments can be useful for analysis. Water in a dream, especially if your attention is drawn to it, indicates the work of dark forces. This is their element. The space where you live, what is it like? This is your energy information field, in which you can track its state, whether a caravan of entities from various practices and other things has passed there. Pay attention to any bright programs that try to outline the future. This is a clear contract, how they would like to change your reality. Personal boundaries and reality. There are many such details. Later on, I think we will definitely analyze them in more detail, separately of course. It's worth saying this. The less you are interested in dreams, the better your work on your own reality. It means your personal boundaries help you not to let in the imposed programs of society, or your past, with which you have already seemingly put all the dots over the i's. However, this does not mean that by disconnecting all these connections you can sleep peacefully. Do not forget about the times we live in, and that literally at every step they try to impose behavior through certain frameworks and choices, consents, contracts, and in general to nullify all our work on ourselves, remembering your reality. Therefore, even if you woke up feeling shattered, or with a strange sense of vague understanding of what it was, wash off all this nonsense. Cancel these programs and remember who the author of your reality is. Well, you can read about personal boundaries on my website. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Become a member of my Telegram channel and discuss with like-minded people as a club member.